Welcome to another episode of Creators Outlet, sponsored once again by our friends over at the Inked Marketing Team. If you've got a Kickstarter at Indiegogo, you need that extra shove to get you through to the finish line. Check out Inked Marketing before you launch your campaign and see what they can do for you. 30 years in the business, and they've gotten everybody from start to finish 100% funded. Here is another client of Inked Marketing that's live on Kickstarter right now. The comic's 18th month calendar from Australia. That's right. It's got 18 different creators from Australia. It also comes with a PDF link of comic book samples of their work and links to where you can find out more about these creators. Let's take a look. Well, that was pretty cool.
Hello?
Nothing says cool like kicking yourself out of your own stream.
No, I've been there before.
I've got had like 5 tabs open and I hit the wrong one. I was like, oh, damn.
No, I feel that.
So here's your Indiegogo Wulfsbane issue 1.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us how this whole project came to bear and how long you've been working in the medium.
So I've been working for comics for this is my first year, but I've been studying comics for at least I'd say like 3 to 4. And Wulfsbane I got this cool idea from watching a whole bunch of classic horror movies and everything. So I really wanted it to get that spooky vibe that I see in a lot of those. For let's see. The one thing that I wanted to have with it, I wanted like some sort of twist for the story, because I think horror is good, but by itself, there's like a lot of stuff that you can do to it. So I decided to have a detective theme to it too.
Yeah, that makes me think more of like Kolchak.
Kolchak?
It's an old TV show with kind of like, a horror sci-fi vibe to it.
Okay.
I think it's where they actually got the idea for X-Files.
So I'm guessing it came out sometime before then.
Oh yeah. That was, I think Kolchak came out before I was born, I think. So yeah, that's a long time.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
I think it was like late 60s, early 70s.
Okay. All right. So basically, Wulfsbane is about a detective, obviously, and he's his mission right now is to solve a murder of a guy that got killed, and the only witness that can be found on the scene is his young daughter, Morgan Whitley. So this is her right here. So while he's going and doing the investigation, it's suddenly put to a halt by a vicious werewolf attack, and this werewolf causes problems for them a lot during the series run. So for Wulfsbane, I wanted it to be scary. I wanted it to be scary, but I also wanted there to be more themes to it. So you'll see a lot of things like the characters working against themselves or trying to struggle with this sort of monster inside themselves. And honestly, I think if you look at horror movies like Psycho and I want to say The Wolfman, it deals a lot of with that internal trauma that people have every day.
Inner demons, yeah.
Exactly.
Now, did you write this or did you do the art as well?
Oh no, I'm the writer and the creator. So I have a guy named Thomas Muzzle. You can find him on thomasmuzzle.com. He does the art for me, and I have another guy doing the colors.
Yeah, I like the look. I like the look of it.
Yeah, it is really, it is pretty good. He excels at doing like dark noir styles. So I'm glad that I was able to get him.
Yeah, I'm really into that stuff. I like the old pulp and noir books and movies.
Yeah.
I just always found them more interesting than modern stuff. Well, then again, modern stuff outside of comic book products are just all remakes of stuff that we've all seen like a million times before.
True. Definitely within the late 2000s or whatever. I see a lot of that. So with Wulfsbane, I decided to do like about 3 different covers for the regular edition, and I'll get into the editions later on. But right now we have cover A, which is going to be the main cover for the book.
Mm-hmm.
Here you can see there's the detective I was talking to you about, Jack Mulligan.
Yeah.
We have his partner Brian McKenzie, and then we have the wolf in the background. So the main thing that I wanted for this issue was you to slowly piece together who the werewolf might be by the time the book's done, like the single issue, and after that we go into more of everything else, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you're starting and doing like a lead into who the wolf might actually be, and this reminds me a lot of just the idea with the wolf. Makes me think of Grendel from Matt Wagner.
Grendel? I don't think I've seen that one.
I'll send you a bunch of links later.
Nice.
Because yeah, it's definitely a book, a really, oh my God, it's one of my favorite
you mean
characters.
the book?
Yeah,
the book.
Like a comic book, Grundle. Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. All right, and here's the second cover. Right now, this one still needs to get finished. But here, this was made by well, by the way, this cover is made by the same artist, Thomas Muzzle. This one was made by Bruno Tyler, if you guys know who he is. And this one is by Daniel Holland. I like this one. This I like this one the most out of all of them because it reminds me of the Scooby-Doo mystery show.
Yeah, you get it's weird. You seem to have demonic eyes coming out of the wolf's crotch.
Oh, so the way he explained this one to me was the wolf is actually back here, and this all over here is a silhouette, so you can see what the wolf looks like. It's like I wanted it to be like one of those movie posters.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like a projection of the wolf.
Exactly.
You got a cop running one way and a screaming girl running the other way.
Exactly. So I mentioned the editions before. So all three of these covers are the base edition. So you're gonna be paying $10 physical for each one. You can there's an add-on feature on it too, just in case you wanted to buy the other ones. And then the digital is $5, but you only get the A cover. That's just for people that want to see the story. They don't really care about any of the other books or whatnot.
That's also like great for people overseas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like shipping to the UK is like $38.
Oh, dang! Really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Mm.
Canada can get like a little expensive too, like $15-20.
Yeah, that is a lot. Like
yeah.
Oof.
So that's a good marketing push point to anybody not in the lower 48 states, not in the continental United States, can grab a digital copy of it for only $5, which is pretty cheap. So you can grab the digital copy and read it that way. You're not paying like $32.50 for shipping, and it's because it's crazy. I just backed and I was told that my package is being sent out tomorrow from the UK from a guy, Rich Parada. He was an inker for Marvel in DC for about 25 years, and
cool.
then he did some other stuff, and he took a break, got married and moved to the UK, and this is it. He just did his first solo project, and I ordered the hardcover. I like hardcovers because they look good on a bookshelf, right? So I got a hardcover, a soft cover, a print, and a page of original art.
Nice.
That's going to be coming later on. But he realized that with the shipping costs to the States and certain other places around the world, he ended up only making like $1,000. He ended up spending probably about $1,200 out of his pocket.
Yeah, I know.
For shipping towards what everybody already paid. And the biggest thing was a lot of people ordered the hardcovers, and because they weigh more,
it costs more.
And you're gonna go like a bigger box size up when you. For some reason, they're like, well, this only weighs 6 ounces, but it's in a bigger box, so we're going to charge you 10 times as much.
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I found that out because I've been selling a whole bunch of toys because I've been collecting stuff, pretty much my whole life. And I was a nightclub DJ for 35 years.
Nice.
Translation. I was a titty bar DJ for 35 years. So I was making a little bit of money. And outside of, women and alcohol, I pretty much had nothing to spend my money on, outside of paying my bills and my rent and everything. So I loved comics. So I collected comics and action figures because I was like, man, all these action figures that I always wanted growing up and I couldn't afford them. And so I'm just going to order cases of stuff. And I did. So now I have to sell them because I got a pretty big loft here. I got a 2,600 square foot loft, but
nice.
I'm like, I have way too much crap. So I'm selling a bunch of comics and just keeping the lines that I love and getting rid of everything else. Because I would just buy one of everything on the rack. I would go in and I would just buy everything because I wanted to know what was going on in every story.
No, I feel that. I remember those. I used to buy the epic collections of Marvel a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That costs a lot, man.
What I found that I really like now that I'm, poor, are those all those black and white 500-page collections.
Yeah.
Marvel and DC were both doing them. DC's were called DC Showcase Presents, and Marvel was called Marvel Essentials.
Nice.
And you get the original artwork because now they're going back through those and they're redoing a lot of the old art.
Okay.
So this way you get the original art from the original artists, and it's just pencil and ink. That's because it's all black and white. It's on newsprint, but I mean it's like 500 pages.
That's a good deal. Well, how much is it?
When they came out, they were about $15 to $20, and then I bought a bunch of them on sale for like $10 a piece.
Nice.
But now there's a lot of people that are actually hunting those editions down, especially like artists, because they're losing the original art and it's being like they're basically taking the panels and they're having somebody else redraw them and ink them and color them and reprint the book. So you're losing all that original art. So people are kind of like hunting for those. So it's just, and I'm like, well, because I was wondering, because I was talking to a writer, Glenn Fleming out of the UK, who actually, take this in stride, apparently used to hang out at Jack Kirby's house with him.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a couple of movies out, like documentaries talking about Jack and interviews talking about Jack and various other things. And he was the one that led me onto this, like, artists and collectors are like scrounging for these black and white editions now, and they're paying, so people are actually selling them online for like, $25 to $35 and up.
That's actually pretty good.
Because they're all out of print and they can't find them anymore. I go, well, let's not spread that around because I'd still like to buy the ones I don't have for $10 a piece since they're so rare.
True.
Because, I'm not going to be able to afford to, buy, Detective Comics issue 27, the original volume. But with this, it's black and white. I don't care. I get to actually read the original stories. That's all I care. That's all I care about.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. So let's get back to your project now that I've taken us on a trip down. Ooh, cool. I need to buy that stuff, Lane.
All right. So with the base edition, you get all 3, as I mentioned before.
Mhm.
But I'm having this thing only on Indiegogo called the limited edition. So it's a holographic cover. Let me see if you can see the bottom right here. It's a holographic cover, which is all the white parts right here. And this was drawn by Dan Smith. If you guys know him, he's from he's the guy that did the 2020 graphic novel Worms Crawl In.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I was talking to Dan for a while. He's a really good guy. He said, "Yo, listen, if you want me to do anything for this, then yeah, I don't mind." So I was like, "Oh yeah, it's a pretty great offer."
Well, I can tell you right off the bat, I want this friggin' cover.
Exactly. It is pretty great cover.
And if all the white parts of the book, like all the lettering and the bottom part, are all like holographic, and then you've got like the dark blacks, and then you've got this horrific werewolf coming out of the back over a dead body. We'll just call that the Jeffrey Dahmer all you can eat dinner, but
that was a good one.
Thank you. I'm here all week. That is just one badass looking cover.
Exactly. He really knows his stuff. But yeah, that one is about, say, if you want the physical edition, you can get it for $30. And the reason I say this is because not only will you get the main story content, you're also getting all the original inked pages that aren't colored by Thomas Muzzle, because there are a few things that got lost through the coloring process, at least in my opinion. And then you get a little behind the scenes. I want to say director's cut, but it's more of like I give you more of an insight of the story process behind Wulfsbane, a teaser of what's to come, and I'd also want to say you get an inside look of the characters that are featured in the story.
So you get all kinds of bonus stuff in that edition, so it's a lot fatter than the other one.
Exactly. And you can get that one with let me get back to it. You can get that one for again $30.
35?
Yeah. Hold up. What's going on there? Yeah, $30. And then if you want for $50, you get that what is it? A PDF of the limited edition, and then you also get a 18 by 24 poster of the cover itself.
Oh, that's cool.
Give me a second. There we go. All right, we're back.
I know a lot of people that buy like PDFs like overseas, you get the PDF and that's actually printable.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. PDFs are usually printable. Not like it would be if you sent like a print file to, when you send your print file to the printer.
Yeah.
Not like that. Hello, cat. And but another creator was telling me that somebody that bought the PDF overseas from them actually printed up like a big, like oversized poster of the cover and hung it on his wall.
Really?
Because he liked the cover so much. I go, well, he must have liked the cover. It probably cost him like, $75 in ink just to print out the cover,
Oh yeah.
But this is cool. You have any stretch goals set up?
Stretch goals. So far, if we do make the stretch goals, I was planning on doing something small like stickers or get down, like stickers, But other than that, I'm not sure. I'd like to ask my audience if they actually want like more stuff in the future. Because it's kind of hard to determine what people like in your fan base. At least as it pertains to me.
Yeah, I know some of the popular ones, of course, are, bookmarks. And I used to always complain. I go, oh, great, another bookmark. But now I'm reading like 7 different books, and I'm like, man, where the hell are all my bookmarks?
True, you want to save your pages, right?
Yeah. So I've got about 6 bookmarks in my TV area, because I've got a table, like a small end table next to my recliner that has 4 big stacks of comics on it. Oh, and I'm reading something out of each stack. I've got a couple of novels that I'm reading. I'm reading the biography of Alan Moore again. I got about halfway through it when I originally bought it.
And biography?
Yeah. Nice. He didn't write it, but somebody else wrote it for him.
Got you.
So it's not an autobiography, but this guy basically interviewed him through the whole thing, plus had known him for years, and I think used to work for him. So
that's nice.
So I got about halfway through it, and then I moved a couple of times and I ended up stuck in a box, and I forgot about it. And I don't remember. I only remember like a few things here and there from reading it, I don't know, 20 years ago. So I started back reading it again. I'm like 4 chapters in, so it's a pretty smooth read. So I'm enjoying it. Lots of interesting stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get a hold of that book, because Alan Moore was actually a huge inspiration for this book too. That and stuff like Neil Gaiman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was always a big Alan Moore fan, and I used to, anytime my local comic shop would get issues in from Avatar Press, 9 out of 10 times those books would all be from Alan Moore. Like they'd have, if they had like 3 or 4 books in a month come out, it's like at least half of those books were from Alan Moore. And I'm like, lots of great horror stuff, and a little bit of sci-fi, and magic, and just a great storyteller and all.
Oh, he is.
Now he's just a little bit crazy. But
I feel that.
Just a little. But aren't we all?
True. I mean, some people have to be crazy to come up with brilliant stuff like that, if you think about it.
Yeah. You get inspired from, different things. But I mean, hey, look at Stephen King. And then his son started, writing books and comics and screenplays and all kinds of crazy stuff. So this is on Indiegogo. So you have did you make it for a 60-day?
Yes, I did. So right now, I believe we are at 21 days.
21 days. And what's your goal?
It's 3,000, and it's pretty much 3,600.
So 3,600.
Yeah.
So we really need to get some people behind this and pushing this out for you.
Yeah. I would do the marketing myself, but right now my audience is pretty small. I'm grateful for that audience though.
Well, we'll definitely get your audience grown for you some. We're broadcasting on 2 different YouTube channels plus a Facebook page that has over 23,000 followers.
Oh, dang.
And we'll get this shared out, and I'll try to bump you around to all my other friends that are also podcasters.
Okay.
And that, are all like behind like, indie books. I get in. It's going to be like at least 7 shows like right off the top of the list. So there's a group on Facebook called the Comic Related Madness.
Oh, I think I'm part of that group.
Yeah, and that's full of tons of creators and just people that love indie comics. And I know next weekend, the guy that runs that page, Pops, next weekend is his virtual con, CromCon.
Oh yeah, I'm a guest on that one.
Good. And I'll talk to him, and he'll have to get you on like a Monday night too. He does his Monday Night Madness shows, so he can get you on that. And the Friday night kickoff show is Sugar Crisp and Sim. One's a reader and one's a creator, and they're doing the kickoff show. And there are a couple of regular podcasters too.
Nice.
So yeah,
I can't wait to talk to them.
Yeah, next weekend's going to be a big weekend. She's got Brian Polito's coming out for that, and Monty Michael Moore's coming out for that, and a few other big names on top of all the other creators. Some new, some regulars. That's all you got to do. You got to get on as many podcasts as you can to get the project in front of people, and make sure you're sharing this out. Like any group you share it out to, share it out in the morning and then share it out again in the evening.
Okay.
Because a lot of groups, you'll share something and like within a couple of hours, it's off the main page because it's already scrolled down. Scrolled down to the bottom because there's so many people posting.
That makes sense.
And you definitely want to post this out and write a little something up on it and share out the link for it in like all the horror groups.
Okay. We'll get on that. So, what else do we have left to talk about?
Well, how many issues are you planning for this?
Oh, around I was doing the math. I think it's around 30 to 45.
30 to 45 issues?
Yeah, if I wanted to be able to tell the complete story of these characters' journeys, it's gonna take around 6 or so arcs with 5 issues within those arcs.
So you're gonna be working on this book for a long time.
Oh yeah, definitely. But in the I was hoping on like sometime in the middle I can have other projects that I can work on too. There's a lot of things coming up, and let me actually get this out now. Right now we have a website. I just managed to launch it. It's called Wulfsbanecomics.com. And pretty much this is where I'm going to be updating all my news regarding Wulfsbane, any other projects and whatnot. There's a mailing list. That way, if you have a question or anything, you can sign up. I can get you guys the information. You can contact me with other, if you have a problem, let's say your shipping package didn't come yet, I can get a better look into on that.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great because that way you can share that in with the, like if you've got the Indiegogo up on this page.
Oh yeah.
They can click on the Indiegogo, and then of course, and you've already got your social media sites there, so they can follow you on Indiegogo, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. The Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram. There's pretty much it. Um, I try to update. I try to post an update weekly. So right now, like this is a quote that's actually going to be in the book. It tells you like pretty much what the main theme for that issue is, and I'm going to try to have at least one good quote for nostalgia's sake in the thing. And my Twitter, at Wulfsbane Comics, and
Cool.
this Instagram is the same thing. All right, there we go.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go over and stalk you on all those social medias.
Oh, no problem. Stalk away.
I try to keep I try to keep connected to as much comic book stuff on there on my very soft scrolling thumb.
No, I feel you.
And I'm like, why is my battery so low? And then I look at the clock. I go, oh, I've been staring at my phone for 6 hours. Never mind.
At least your battery gets low. Like usually, I get blisters because my thumbs are too soft.
Yeah, well, it's like, oh, I gotta charge my phone. Thank goodness I just bought a brand new tablet. So you got 3 different main covers to choose from, plus the hologram cover. Now, is the hologram cover going to be a hardcover?
Oh, I could make it a hardcover. I'd have to probably go through a different publisher. You know,
yeah. Well, if you don't have it set to be printed as a hardcover,
then don't worry.
Then don't it. You know, since you're planning for it to go so long, you might want to hold off and then do like every 5 issues, do a trade or hardcover that people can do as a catch-up tier on the following on the following crowdfunder when you're starting off the new arc.
Oh yeah. I was gonna do what do you call them? Volumes?
Yeah.
I was gonna do a volume after every arc or so. That way there's one arc that's split into 2 parts. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that one. But other than that, that's a pretty good idea.
People love trade paperbacks. Trade paperbacks and graphic novels are the biggest selling item in comics. It makes up almost about 68% of the sales in comics are all like trade paperbacks.
68.
Yeah, okay. It's a huge amount because we're in a binging society. So we sit down and we binge TV shows. We swear at Disney Plus because we want to sit down and watch like all 6 episodes of Falcon and the Winter Soldier at the same time. Yeah, we don't want to have to wait a whole week. We got to wait a week.
Yeah, like what's up with that? The show's already done.
Next, you're going to tell me I have to take my film and mail it away and wait for them to develop it and send it back to me.
Oh, don't get me started on the locked content too. Like you got to pay $30 to watch something we just put out.
Yeah, no. There's all kinds of ways around that crap.
Oh yeah, my friend told me about that one.
It's just crazy. It's like, well, we've got this now, and we know you're a member, but you're not a prestige member, so you would have to pay $30. It wouldn't cost me $30 to bring 4 people with popcorns and soda at a theater to watch this. I'm like, no. I almost got suckered into HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
And then I looked at it and I go, I'm used to like, $10 a month. I'm like, okay, it's a smaller round figure. I can handle that. They're like $15 a month. I go, what are you, crazy? It's highway robbery. 90% of all their stuff is already made.
Exactly.
It's like, why am I paying you $15 a month for reruns?
True. Like you can literally buy that for like $8. Your stuff. You can buy that for $8 on at a store.
Yeah. And I'm like, most of the stuff I'd want to watch on there is going to be like the DC Comics content.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm still mad at them about the whole Swamp thing, but
they canceled it.
How they because they didn't bother to look, and one politician told some intern for Warner Brothers DC that they had like $200,000 worth of tax credits to give them, and they're like, well, good, because this stuff's costing like X amount of millions of dollars a day and blah blah blah, and nobody checked anything, and they're like, well, they've only got 28,000. They thought this town thought if they didn't use the tax credits for the movie tax credits that they were allotted like every year, that it was like money in the bank. Okay, well, I put $25,000 in the bank this year, and then it became 50,000, and then it doesn't work like that. If you don't use them, it's gone by the end of the year. So they screwed that whole thing up. They still did a good job on it. I would have liked to see like a lot more of this rumors that they might dive back in and do like a new Swamp Thing series. But I mean, a friend of mine just bought that on Blu-ray at Target like a month ago for like $8.99.
Oh, that's nice.
So I mean, if I can spend $10 a season on one of on like Titans and Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing, I would buy the physical copies because there's so many people just buying like the digital copies, like on Vudu and Amazon, just buying the digital versions of movies they like. It's like,
oh yeah.
But then when that movie company decides that they're taking those back, all of a sudden they're gone. You wonder, where did all the hundreds of dollars you spent? He goes, well, you didn't actually buy the movie. You bought a license for that movie.
Exactly.
And that license is only good for as long as that company says it's good for. And if Amazon says, because of Disney, we can't carry Star Wars anymore, and you spent like $100 on like 12 Star Wars movies in a bundle digitally from Amazon, and now they're for like $100 or something, and now it's all gone, and you're like, I just lost $100. Always buy physical copies.
No, I feel that.
So we've got this, we've got the website, we've got this badass holographic cover that is, it is kind of like a director's cut because you're getting samples of pencils and inks before they were finished, some notes, some behind the scenes, how the book was created, and some little bit of history of like a couple of the characters. So you get like a little backstory and a little extra insight into everything that's going on. Plus, this is a badass holographic cover.
Exactly.
So, hello. So, where are all the? I know it's on the. Everybody can click on it from the website. Mm-hmm. But where do you like people? Where's it easiest for people to get a hold of you on social media? What do you prefer to get reached out
on? If you want, you can actually reach my main page on Facebook. It's Aaron Henry Jordan. Just shoot me a message. I'm down to check my inbox anytime. If you have any questions. But if that's if you don't prefer doing that, you can always reach me on my Twitter.
or just go to the website, which is Wulfsbanecomics.com, right?
Yeah, Wulfsbanecomics.com.
And all of the in fact, let me type that in.
Gotcha.
There we go. I have the links in the chat for the website, so there's no reason for you not to go there. You can sign up for the mailing list, and you can send in any questions you may have. And there's a link right there for the Indiegogo to check it out. And you can follow Aaron on all of his social media, so you know what's going on with the book, and more importantly, back the project. Back the project and share it out to all your friends on their social media.
Indeed. But you guys don't want to miss issue 2. There's a lot of meat in that.
I'm just concentrating on that holographic cover.
Oh yeah, it is really good. Hold on, let me put it back on the screen.
There it is. That is radical. And if you want to get hit up Aaron for even more questions, what day and time slot do you have for CromCon next weekend?
On CromCon, I'm on the 25th at 7 or 7:30. It's one of those.
7:30. Is that the Sunday?
Yes, I believe it's the Sunday. Actually, Pops just sent something. It should be on there. Let me check real quick.
Yeah, 25th is on the Sunday.
Okay, then yeah. Then it's around 7 to 7:30.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so come by CromCon next weekend on the Comic Related Madness, and check out Aaron. And there'll probably be a whole bunch of more questions because there's going to be a whole bunch more, hosts and co-hosts in there, and we'll get the word out and hopefully get a lot more people on this project, man.
All right.
So I want to thank you for coming by and talking with us and showing us your first ever comic book.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for having me. I appreciate it.
This is pretty cool. Everybody else will be back tomorrow night with Ryland Grant with The Jump issue 2, which only has a couple of days left on Kickstarter. So check that out, and check out Wulfsbane and get that awesome holographic cover.